All right, we're live.
Well, we only have one.
We got
Well, and who knows who that is? It's probably me.
Kimmy.
Uh,
Kevin!
yay! We're starting to. Hey,
Jack.
Jack.
All right.
Yeah, here they come.
Oh,
Woo-hoo.
Kimmy and Jack and just Dave.
All
Yep.
right. So my experience is
I love.
more related to being abroad.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'll let you two take the lead on that.
Okay. Should we just hang for just a couple more minutes, let people come in? Because an email does go out when we go live.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and
just
I
see if
sent
we
out
get a
the
couple
note.
more people.
Really quick, I'll share the link to that if I can.
Yeah. And then we also need to do, I think we forgot to do it last week, take our disclaimer.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think the disclaimer. Oh, because we were like, it was a little different. Oh, yeah, we should let's do the disclaimer that here and now.
Okay, we can do that here and
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Go
I
ahead,
think the
Tig. You're
disclaimer.
good at
Oh, 'cause
it.
we were like, it was a little different. Yeah. All right. Disclaimer. So, all right, hold on, wait. I think it was like an echo.
I know. I had to.
So,
All right, I got it. My computer was on.
and okay, there we go. All right, there we go.
Okay, I lost the
All right.
page. I'll find you. There we
All
are.
right, so I got chat up on the big screen. All right, here we go. So, a quick disclaimer to everyone. I want everyone to say hello. Welcome to Mind Haven. This is our weekly live chat about mental health, being human, and just overall the brain and living in this crazy world in transition. Honestly, so we're welcome everyone coming into the chat. Welcome joining us. Quick disclaimer though. We are not trained psychologists. We are not social workers. We are not mental health workers. We are just speaking about our own experience. This is a safe space to talk about what we got going on and what our past. Things tend to get a little heavy at times. So if quick trigger warning for anything, quick disclaimer. Be warned, this is not a peer therapy group. It's not a peer group. So we're just here and about our experiences and for
Oh,
that. Welcome Assemblywoman Deborah Assemblywoman, hello. Welcome. All right. Why don't we get started? Sushi has our prompt for the night. So Sushi, take it away.
all right. So, hope everyone had a good Christmas. Because we are now in between holidays with the new year coming on, and I know we are all ready to get this year over with. Um, I thought maybe, there is that limbo time in between the two holidays that some of us may not have family or friends to be with. And that could affect your mental health. So I thought that we would just have a little discussion about how we choose to deal with those days when we don't have like a dinner to go to, or if you have kids, if they're away from you or anything like that. So, I
Yeah.
could,
I
I
mean,
could,
there's a lot of
yeah, go
yeah.
ahead, take it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, thanks. There's a lot of pressure around like the ideal perfect holiday magic, what like holiday magic looks like. And for a lot of people, whether you don't have when you're not going home for the holidays, whether you are, whether you have relations with people that are in that standard expectation, it's honestly can be a pretty depressing time, a pretty isolating time. I actually did call up a friend of mine who was a 988 social worker for a time. And she said one of the largest times people call into 988 is during this time of year. So especially during the break period between Christmas and New Year's. So, especially now, like we have a lot of like I'm elder Gen Z, so I'm a bit lower experience in that regard, but we're really just here just to make sure we support each other, make sure we stay safe, and even if it's not a house full of chaos, not a house full of cookies, or it's not a standard Christmas roast, you're not alone, and there's still the whole point of the holidays is still with us, honestly. So that's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Nero, and I know you were living abroad at one time during the
Yeah.
holidays. Would you like to talk about how you handled that?
Yeah, sure. I lived in China for a couple of years, so there were a number of holidays I missed, but a lot of times I was working during those. But my first year there, my boss gave me Thanksgiving off. They don't have it off in China, and I had nothing to do, and I wasn't really I wasn't I was in contact with my family, but there was a big time zone issue, and we didn't. I wasn't expecting the day off, so there was no arranged call ahead of time, kind of thing. And so I was like bored and lonely as heck.
Hmm.
And then later on, when there was a Chinese holiday week, they have 2 weeks out of the year that are like national weeks or golden week. They're like a week off, you know. There's Spring Festival, and then there's like Autumn Festival and Golden Week. Anyway, so Spring Festival is the first one. And, like, a lot of people go out of town, so all of my foreigner and Chinese friends were gone, and I had this whole week to spend by myself.
Yeah.
If I have family back home and being normal days for them being busy. And one thing that China does also is they choke up the bandwidth so you can't use VPNs on like holidays or certain other times when maybe officials visit town or something. Um, and I hadn't accumulated art supplies or anything like that yet, and one can only write so much. So I watched Chinese soap operas to help me
Nice.
learn,
Awesome.
to help me with learning my Chinese.
Are they as risque as some of ours can be?
I would say a little, yeah, probably about the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
About the same level of
not
risque, but I have seen a few that are pretty ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
not so much on the sex level, though maybe a little bit, a bit more scandalous topics there, but
Sure.
uh a little bit on the I don't know, extreme behaviors. Like this one
Absurd a bit.
character was she was trying to get this guy, and he was engaged to another character, and she ended up sabotaging him, breaking up their relationship, but she didn't get him either. So she tried to get the next guy that the other guy had been with, and that didn't work out for her. And she started like, getting kind of murderous. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Typical drama.
It e- it escalates into like telenovelas very, very quickly.
Yeah,
And then the next thing you know, you're actually getting into it.
that's why I kind of did it, because I watched telenovelas when I was learning Spanish, so
Yeah.
it just
Oh
helps.
my god! It's like why are you watching a telenovela? Like
Yeah.
this is getting good. Tengo entrada. I can't say it with a straight face. My Spanish needs works. I mean, I am Dominican, but like my Spanish needs work. I need to work with it. But yeah, but honestly, like just watching TV, like watching Chinese soap operas during the holidays. I'm not entirely sure how many festivals, like, but I know like during the holidays, like there are entire like cities that just shut down in China because everyone just jumps to the trains and they just go home to the countryside.
Yep.
It's a very massive commute like tradition. There was actually this documentary I saw called Last Train Home that kind of showed this family and how they respond to it. So then because like the economy is like in China is either like there's if you're staying home with the family, like home is on the farm. That's where you like boost up the agricultural sector. But if you want more money, then you move to the city for half the year and then only come home for certain festivals and Chinese New Year. It can be incredibly isolating, and honestly, the documentary really puts it in a lot in perspective. They show because there's no narration behind it; it's just a family and showing everything as it is, and things escalate, and it's really, really uncomfortable and really hard to watch.
Yeah, so I think the metros were still running in the city that I was in, but
Yeah,
I just didn't really leave the house. The longer I was there, the more I kind of participated in some of that, and during Golden Week, I really liked the desserts or moon pies.
Mm.
mooncakes are delicious.
Yeah, mooncakes, yes.
Yeah, but honestly, like staying home for the holidays is something a few of my friends can actually relate to. There because like it really comes down to like what is home for you essentially. What does home look like for you? And
Yeah.
hello, Cat Wilson, welcome. It really like what home looks like for you. If home is like this like suburban kind of thing, like people like even like you're moving to the city, you're working your profession, even like elderly like mid millennials in their 30s, like the generation prior to me, they still go home for the holidays because that's always supposed to be there to like go home and meet with family and whatnot. That is the expectation for a lot of people, and the alternative is, all right, fine, stay alone in your apartment and don't hang out with anyone. But
Well, there's no
I
one to hang
think
out with.
exactly, like, so there's no one to hang out with, but it
Stores are
kind of puts a bit.
closed.
Stores are closed,
Like,
everything. It's like, yeah,
that's all I had, but, I managed it by when I was writing or watching telenovelas. I also had a really, I had a view of the Grand Canal and the city because I was just outside of the city, and I was up on the 20th floor. So I would take advantage of that and just sort of look out on the, terrain.
Yeah, nice.
that's
You had
definitely
nice
beautiful.
nice views then. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, the Chinese cities, both the ones I were in were, had a lot of foliage too. So it wasn't like you were just looking at buildings.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a
Yeah,
lot of
not just
green. It was nice.
Yeah. Well, cool, cool.
that
For
just
me, this was kind of this was like the least Christmassy Christmas in my entire life. I feel like for multiple reasons. One, our government and the status of where we are and looking forward to 2026. But then, I've talked about it before. My daughter has estranged themselves from me, and I had sent them an email. I'm trying to respect their boundaries, but I sent them an email, and it was real simple. Just basically said, um, in this time meant for forgiveness and healing, I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I thought that was just sweet and to the point, and I never got a response back. So that hit me kind of hard. Um, but and I had my therapy appointment yesterday, and I talked last week. My therapist was sick, so I didn't even get a chance to talk to her last week. But we made it up yesterday, and she gave me a lot of really good um, ways to redirect my thoughts and keep the sadness at bay. So that was really good. But anyone
yeah.
else out there, like, you can chime in the chat, talk about some of what you guys do.
If I may actually contribute,
Yes.
following up on what you said, Sushi,
Mhm.
there is something I've actually been trying to do. Trying to like get in touch with more and more of my friends, not just my friends, but also like found family, as well as extended family as well. They've a lot of people that were a lot of extended family members of mine that were around but didn't know the full situation of what I was going through with my parents. They're leaning in more now because they felt bad for not intervening sooner, essentially.
Yeah.
I did get a text from my uncle, not on Christmas, but on Thanksgiving, and he says like, "Hey, we're going up to your mother's house for Thanksgiving. Would you like to come with us?" And I told him, "Yeah, no, I have plans with friends. Eat the mashed potatoes for me." And I think he understood. And he not only like that, but he not only did what I appreciate is that he didn't push it, but
Mhm.
he understood it. And not even that he understood it, but also like, yeah, I get it. But said, all right, we'll enjoy the mashed potatoes and have fun with your friends. And that was the
Yeah.
end of it.
I mean, I
Something that's
did go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, something one of the reasons that I had to separate myself from my parents, not only just like for my safety reasons, because there's a whole level of medical abuse in there, and that was
Mhm.
a horrible shit situation.
Yeah.
But even aside from that, even now that I'm healthier, I'm in a better spot, I'm away from that, I'm out of that 7 years back. But talking to my therapist today actually about the whole thing is that something I've understood is that worldviews can have impact. You know, like if everyone has their own worldview, of course, but sometimes there needs to be that distance, there needs to be that boundary because worldviews are different, but
Mhm.
different doesn't always equate to safety.
Sure.
Yeah, from my parents' view is that their worldview in case that if a man in a white lab coat tells you to do something, then you do it.
Right.
No questions asked. And that is not safe for me because if malpractice is a thing and the cognitive dissonance is not there.
Mhm.
I was talking to my therapist this fact that 100 years back, especially with neurodivergence and like beyond the autism spectrum, autism people and ADHD has existed for as long as human history. That thing has been around for as long as humans have been around. Like, you think something is advantageous to the human brain would come in a variety of different flavors. There you go. But some about maybe 200 years ago, people used to believe in fairies, and it kind of got me thinking about this little parable, and with the in the Middle Ages specifically, like if you suspect your kid was either snatched or replaced by a changeling or a fae or a fairy, if they seemingly know more than they should, or not basically anything other than this perfect child that you wanted them to be. So ADHD, neurodivergent, the whole nine yards. That like, oh, my child was taken from me and replaced with a fae or a changeling or a fairy. And the process you figure that out was to either abandon the kid in the forest, which was why we have the seven dwarves mythology and the fae in the forest kind of mythology.
Uh-huh.
But also another punishment was, well, they should have killed the kid. It's horrifying. And
Wow.
aside from, like, I was looking into the modern day now, it's like, well, they believed in fairies. That's batshit nuts. People do all kinds of crazy things when they believe in crazy things. But that's when I realized something important. I was looking into I've been on a sociology kick for a while now in terms of research, but this is a parable that honestly someone told me. Did they kill their kid because they believe in fairies, or do they believe in fairies because they killed their kid? Something, yeah. Did they need to believe in fairies to protect their perception of being a good person in the face that they might have murdered their child for no reason?
Right.
And that's the caveat they have to understand here, is that some people need to believe in fairies.
Yeah.
And I know it's a broad metaphor, but like, if your entire worldview is like, if you look back and say like, you need to believe that hospitals help people, that people like meant that if you're pacing or doing something a normal person would not do, there's a pill to fix that, and that medicine in the United States fixes people and helps people. But if that's not the case and it's actually just harmful eugenics bullshit, that kind of throws your entire worldview out the window, and that is too much for most people to handle. The human brain will actually go to great lengths to protect itself, not just physically, but also socially and emotionally. A lot of people like justify, like they look into cult psychology specifically. They look into cult psychology as to how people wrap around like and justify these horrific acts in others, but they don't see it. But they don't you apply that same logic to themselves, even though it does apply.
Sure.
And even now with the current worldview, and I know with the way the world is, it's like there's a lot of I'm gonna just say it, like, there's a lot of people with MAGA cult members in their lives right now. And it's like, how can you look into the it's the holiday season and you're laughing at people suffering like this?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I enjoy the suffering. How can you justify that and still call yourself a good person?
Right.
They need to believe in fairies. They need to
Yeah.
believe that this is for the better way, so they do.
And I
And
am super fortunate not to have many MAGAs in my bio family. I do have an uncle,
same,
but he's still enjoyable to be around. But
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like, even my uncle, like, who I've been in contact with recently, is like, who I've been hanging out with. He was a he was a double trumper, but after seeing everything that's happened, I think, like, especially after talking with me, is that like, he tries to be healthy. He dipped his toe into the Maha movement for a slight minute, and then I told him, like, "Yeah, there really is no good options. You
Yeah.
can't focus if you want to, like, be healthier and make things better, that is a systemic problem. Climate change is a systemic problem, and systemic problems need systemic solutions. You can't buy yourself out of this. You can't consume your way out of this. You can't make the right choices because the systemic this infrastructure available to you determines what those choices are before you even make them." And I know it sounds kind of conspiratorial, but this is something that this is the way that most people don't really think in. And
Right.
it's angering to some people because that like belief in it varies again is their innocence. They want their innocence back. So they're pissed at you for taking it away. And they get violent and pissed and angry. And
Mhm.
it really comes down to like especially when it comes with the holidays, is like circling back is to like, well, we have this holiday magic. We always have. But why does holidays feel different this year? It's because
Yeah.
the fairies are no longer the fairies as mythological are becoming harder and harder to believe. It's getting harder to believe in the magic because it's not because the magic isn't there, it's because the magic is no longer enough to compensate for the underlying issues.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's so much at stake right now, and I know we're gonna probably kind of switch topics, but like just the fact that, we have our primaries come up in this next coming up year, I think that's huge, and just worrying about how those are going to turn out and how it's going to affect, the people in charge right now, if it's going to, and it's, you know, but
Yeah, it's all chaotic, and I think for the first time in probably a lot of people's lives are seeing just how massive the world is, and they're
yeah,
trying to reconcile with the hugeness of the world while also juggling the fact that you as an individual are small, but small things compound. It's like a grasshopper, a single grasshopper isn't gonna do much, but you put a whole bunch of grasshoppers in one place, that's a plague, according to the
yeah,
Bible. A lot of failures compound on each other, and this is something a lot of people don't like to think about. It's like,
Mhm,
well, it's like honestly goes back to like this one parable I know. It's why are you like we know that most of our shoes like our sneakers are made in sweatshops overseas, but we're
mhm,
not going to go sort through different sneaker brands and to alleviate that guilt, to alleviate that discomfort. Most people that's like actively choosing to make yourself unhappy or like actively choosing to make yourself less happy. Why would you choose to make yourself less happy? Well, knowledge is important. And it really comes down to like something that like I've been reckoning with holidays and everything. Do you
mhm,
sometimes being happy and making progress are not always the same thing?
mhm.
Like
Yeah,
being happy
absolutely.
is not a permanent yeah, being happy is not a permanent state of mind.
Yeah,
It's not a permanent place. Like if you want to stay happy forever, you'll never grow up.
yeah,
You'll never
yeah,
grow, you'll never move, you'll never achieve.
yeah. I mean,
It's also like it's also a balance essentially.
yeah, in order to like really truly live life, you have to be able to feel all the feels and accept each one for what it is, you know. But
Yeah, and also recognize that it's not and also recognize that you even in order to live life you have to tolerate the uncomfortable, you have to be able to feel pain while in order to survive that pain, you need to also recognize the joy that comes with it. You have to cultivate that for yourself.
yeah,
It's not always like you go out just the way I describe it to my friend is like so the world is out there. You fall back on your base. You fall back on your hidey hole, heal for a bit, joy for a bit, and then you get the hell back out there and you go kick some ass. You don't have to stay out there
absolutely.
forever. It will destroy you, but you get back out there regardless.
Yeah, yeah, because especially like I'm kind of dealing with that right now, like post divorce, post moving from another home into my own home, and then like I said, my daughter estranging themselves, and but you know what? I still have to show up. I still have to go to work every day. I still have to take care of my dogs, and I mean, you can't just give up because things aren't going your way. You know?
Yeah, and also like understanding that they may never go your way.
Oh,
Things like
absolutely.
you may things will never get back to normal. There's
Yeah.
I mean something that I've actually come to terms with in therapy over the last year or so is that there's like this feeling like nothing you do will ever be enough and
Yeah.
being okay with that. It's like I will never be enough for people to not bully me because the reason they bully me is because they need to confirm that they themselves are a good person. That's why they do it. It's a feedback loop. It's they need to believe that they are superior to whatever and to reinforce the idea that they are a good person. Even though the whole formula is BS,
Right.
they still need it in order to survive because that's all they've ever had. And letting go of the formula and just existing as a human being is unthinkable. It's something so massive. It's unthinkable for so many people. But I've never known anything different because I have not been treated with personhood and autonomy. My autonomy has not been respected until very, very recently. So it's
Yeah.
something that I'm kind of familiar with, but the feeling of personhood being a thing that's something I'm familiar with, but most people are not. And I think this year, like especially with the holidays, like I spent my holiday. I was calling friends. I went to the church next door. Said hello, just went for a walk. And when I got home, I bought a massive $75 seafood boil,
Woohoo.
Cajun butter the works. And my victory for the holiday was taking a picture before devouring the whole thing and sending it to the gaming network. I'm a part of their private group chat as
Well, I'm
well.
glad you
And
you did that before you ate it this time.
yes, that was a victory from last year, and that
Yeah.
made me laugh. And even though like a lot of my connections are online, virtual, like I was on Twitch with streams, I was just watching, interacting with people. I was still socializing with people that care and people that love me to pieces,
Yeah.
as well as just playing video games with my contacts as well. But also seeing friends locally, it's a
Yeah.
different kind of holiday spirit because you're not in you're not in your living room
Yep.
exchanging gifts. I was still kind of by myself, but I wasn't alone.
Yeah.
It was feeling of being alone together.
Yeah, and I was able to go to a friend's house. My friend Rumi and I went over to another friend of ours, and her daughter, who is, I believe, like 12 or 13 now. Anyway, we all had dinner together and listened to music and played some games, and it was nice, just to be able to
It
be with
was
someone. Yeah.
yeah, just be able to. It may not have that massive magic that we remember or that massive magic we were expecting, but
Hmm.
honestly, it's like I keep thinking of this movie Soul. I keep thinking of this Pixar movie Soul.
Oh, I
It's
love
like
that movie.
with the fish in the metaphor. Like
Hmm.
there's like I want to go to the ocean. What like that's where you are right now. What I am what this is water. I want to go to the ocean.
Right.
It's relearning, like, it's not just relearning, like, something new, it's also, like, accepting the way that things are, and not just and not and while it's accepting the way that things are without hating them that way.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm kinda bungling this a bit.
Oh, you're
But,
fine.
but, it's like, things will never be back to normal, but there is still hope. And that hope that the fact that you get up, even if you feel kind of crappy doing it, it's not just survival. It's being present with people, with a friend, like with sushi with a friend, with a Chinese soap operas, watching water, watching the skyline on the canal. It was being with dogs, being with furry friends.
Yeah.
It's about being present, and that's something that it's not grand. It's not massive, it's not shiny and sparkly and
The
you know,
canal
all
was
that
grand.
jazz. The canal was
It's
grand,
literally
yeah.
named the Grand Canal.
The Grand Canal. Yeah, but it's something that sometimes, like, growth doesn't end with a speech, and it does sometimes most times, actually, like, true growth doesn't end with a speech, it ends with a smile, it ends with a laugh, it ends with something with a ridiculous quippy joke or whatever, or a pun. It's, something that a lot of people are starting to recognize now. It's like, it's not cinematic, it's
Yeah.
not movie material, it's not Adam Sandler movie material by any means, but it still brings something. It brings that hope, it brings that warmth, and that's what hope feels like, at least to me, that's what hope is. It's like if you can have these moments, you get back out there and you still have these moments, both in your circle and with other people,
Yeah.
and being present, being yourself, and just being, essentially, being present. That's honestly more hope than any grandiose scheme for the future, and I should know, my career plan is world domination after all.
What are we going to do
Uh
today, brain?
What do we do every day? Plan to take over the world.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. But
I used
yeah,
to
it's
have
really that's oh yes, no, go ahead.
when we were talking about the things we were talking about earlier on, I was thinking about how when I was much younger, I used to have fear of missing out, right? Of course, I don't think there was a term for that yet, but I know the feeling. And eventually I realized I can't be everywhere. I can't experience everything. I can't do all the things.
Right.
So, um, what can I do now? Where can I be now? And
Yeah.
that really helped me
Yeah.
get over that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I
then
mean, even if it's a fear of missing out, but missing out on what exactly?
Well,
right,
yeah, it's like I might be missing out on this one thing that I know about, but there's a whole bunch of other things that I
other
probably
things
would have enjoyed that I don't even know about, you know?
exactly.
It's like, and it's not other people's jobs to keep me entertained and happy. It's my job.
Right, right, exactly. Yeah, and I used to be that way. Or like before I became a bartender, I was in the bar every night because I didn't want to miss out on the people or play pool or and so I decided that I had to become a bartender cuz I couldn't afford to be in the bar every night anymore. So I might as well get paid to be there.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, it's a lot better
I
for the
had a
liver.
friend. Yeah. I have a friend of mine actually had that same experience. Like she herself had a very complex reality with her family.
Mhm.
So she she got this actually nice job working in like a marketing firm and stuff like that, arranging like events in New Jersey. But she hated it. It had all the benefits. It had great pay. She had this nice place, and she hated every moment of it. She missed bartending. She missed working at the bar. She missed being with people, and like my friend called her the mayor of Hoboken because she knew everybody walking down the street. And I think that's something. I think it's a lot. Like people like shame the crap out of that a lot. They like, oh, they just shame it. It's like, oh, you don't do any. When do you haven't gotten very far. You haven't moved anywhere. You haven't gone far enough. It's like you need to
Yeah.
be more ambitious. You need like where's the doctors, the lawyers, and everything. And I actually recently replied to another Substacker, who actually posted a poem about this. I'm actually gonna tag her in the recording so you guys can see it later for work because it's brilliant.
Okay.
But
I'd love that.
but yeah, she talks about wanting to be everything. And she talk about like, oh, I'm going into medical school. I hate this field. Well, I love this field. I wanted to do this so badly. This is what I wanted to dream. Why do I feel like crap every single moment? Like I'm
Yeah.
talking with my roommates, trying to fill the air, trying to feel less alone. And he's like, you should you're and this talk about like what more do you want? You're farther away than most people. You're more fortunate than most people in your situation. You're more fortunate than pretty much everyone. It's this idea of be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. That it's like stop complaining, shut up, shut up, shut up. You have nothing to complain about. You have the big shot. You have it, and it's kind of reminds me of a conclusion I came to a few weeks ago. Is that you spend your entire life working towards a single tangible goal that you can accomplish within your lifetime, and you did it.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
It's like that scene from the end credits of Finding Nemo. It's like, we escaped the tank, we made it to the ocean. Yeah, all right. Uh,
Yeah.
now what?
Yep. Now what do we do?
Now what? It's like, I did not think that through. And most
Yeah,
people don't.
that's probably
And
gonna be
that's what
me. That's probably gonna be me in retirement because, like, I have worked my ass off, like for so many years, 2, 3 jobs, whatever it took to pay the bills, and I've, working for the state. I've been here the longest, 25 years now, and I'm looking forward to retirement just so I could travel again, But that's kind of like the thing, though. You retire, then you're like, okay, now what? Now what do I need to
yeah,
do with myself?
but you retire and now what essentially? You spend your entire youth trying to find a career that get like there's a misunderstanding, a conflation between purpose and passion. You
Yep.
can feel passionate about something, but that passion doesn't have to be your entire purpose. You
Yeah.
yourself are human. It's like that's why like my career path is like that's just that world domination. That's my end goal essentially. And
Ah,
some of the projects I'm working on might accidentally make me functionally immortal in like another 20 years or so. But if that even if that never happens,
yeah.
I have my never ending to do list. I have a lot of things that I want to do that of course are work related, but of course are joy related, but I have my never-ending to-do list. I was actually fortunate enough to incorporate both my life and my work and have all that combined
Sure.
because like the whole plan is like, oh, you go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, and you work that job for a certain amount of time, you buy a house, you have 2.3 kids, and then those kids grow up, they move out, you retire. What now?
Yep. Yep. Well, and like, so, I'm an avid skier and snowboarder, and the cost of getting season passes now we have like 3 local ski resorts right near Ogden here. And Anyway, I used to get a season pass every year up at Snow Basin. Well, they are so expensive now. And a few years
Mhm.
ago, I got into a program called Ogden Valley Adaptive Sports and signed up as a volunteer. And so I volunteer on weekends on lessons, helping the instructor with specialized equipment, making sure that everyone's safe on the slopes. And so I think my point being with that is it's like it's rewarding, and it's allowed me to continue to enjoy one of my passions is snow sports, and it's a win-win situation. I get a season pass out of it, so
Yeah, it's honestly like you don't have you can be passionate about all kinds of things. Passion is not unilateral in its existence, you know? You don't have to use passion to make purpose bearable. The
yeah.
same way that the French aristocracy made arranged marriages bearable by waiting for people to pair up with each other, or the courtship process or the precursor to dating. The whole point was to make the contractual agreement between two massive political parties bearable, because it
Mhm.
wasn't because bearable marriages make peaceful contractual agreements where nobody has to die.
Yep.
But that idea of turning something that's supposed to be joyful into to make something painful in nature tolerable, it's like a little bit of sugar helps the medicine go down. That's kind of fucked up if you think about it. It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, Miss Youth is right. Not everybody has chemistry, and the whole what is the whole purpose? It really comes down to like what the purpose of what you're trying to accomplish. It's like purpose should not be like passion should not be used to help purpose go down easier. It's not
Mhm.
what that's for. And I think a lot of people are realizing that like, oh, this whole formula was sold my entire life. Not only is it bullshit, but I shouldn't have to wait until retirement. I shouldn't have to wait until I'm 20 years before death's door to
Yeah.
start living to be human.
Hey, Courtney.
Hi,
Yeah.
Courtney. Welcome.
Well,
Hey,
in
Court.
my case, I dropped out of college and I spent my early 20s just traveling the United States. I toured around with the Grateful Dead. I went to rainbow gatherings. I lived out of my car, and that's ultimately how I ended up in Utah. But um, so once I ended up in Utah, I've been here 30 years now. But then it's like now I have to go get a job, and then I bought a house, and then everything became all about paying the bills, So I haven't been able to do all that lovely traveling I did back in the day, being a vagabond, I loved it. And that's my ultimate goal in retirement is just to get one of those Sprinter vans and hit the road, see where my tires take me.
But do you want
Yeah, that's
to want
being
to
a
comment
vagabond is. Oh
on
yeah.
what Miss you
I,
said?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
passion.
Passion loses its meaning if you're constantly overdrawing from it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
passion is
well,
not
yes.
passion. The people treat passion like a drug you hit to make your performance
Mhm.
better. That it's not
Yeah.
it's not something you tap into. Like passion is not full concentration breathing. That's not something. That's not how that's supposed to work.
Yeah.
I'm making an anime reference. I don't know if anybody in the chat will get it. Demon Slayer. I love that show. But but anyway, it's like but yeah, this was right. It's and honestly, like, so she's onto something, like, there is a very heavy stigma towards, like, well, maybe like 300, 400 years ago when cities were, back in like not even 400, 500 years ago, but way back before the age of empire, essentially,
Mhm.
before empires were even a thing. You had small local city states. I mean, what we know today is ancient Egypt was a collection of city states operating under a single bureaucracy, and that single bureaucracy was the pharaohs. Was like that was the Kush Empire, what it was called. They didn't call themselves the Egyptians until the Europeans came and fucked everything up. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Um, the Kush on its own was a series of a whole collection of city states along the Nile River that kind of operated under single bureaucracy, but they all worship different gods. They all had their own thing going on. They only all had their own pharaoh, but they got together and they came together as shared common goods because, well, it's Egypt, middle of desert. You got to work together if you want to survive something that harsh. But also, it really comes down to like, well, the Kush Empire decided to expand a bit. They went east into the Assyria to start shit with the Assyrians, what we know is the Arabian Gulf, and from there into Jerusalem and the whole 9 yards. And it kind of started this pattern of, all right, we have ourselves set up, we have ourselves a nice little plot, we have our resources taken care of. What do we do next?
Yeah.
Well, all the whole point of this was to move towards setting ourselves up. We have resources. We're really good at getting resources. Yeah, we're also really good at fighting other people to get resources. Yeah, we're also really, really good at securing and expanding upon those fighting, those operations, the military, and the offices, as well as more people to train to make more resources. Let's just keep doing that.
Yeah.
And that's all they ended up doing.
Right.
That was basically the Kickstarter that started this massive cycle because there's only so much you can grow an empire before it starts to crack with either within or from without or both.
Right.
And it's when you like it's the whole point of like I think it's like something a lot of people misunderstand about like moving towards a journey or moving towards a goal. Like, oh, we got ourselves set up. We no longer have to worry about our own survival. Now what?
Yeah.
let's go do the same thing and everywhere else in the world. And that's where things get into trouble really, really fast. And that's when you get the cycle of the chaos, the warfare, the whole 9 yards. It's a lot of what it comes down to is like, all right, if you are very passionate about collecting resources, it's okay not to have to expand on that front because it never really lasts. Honestly, I take something, I actually take a page in this book from the CEO of Arizona Ice Tea. He's like, yeah, we're good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, moderation, but also
is
knowing when to
key.
stop.
Yeah. I was just responding to misuse. Moderation is key. Yeah. To everything. Really. Welcome, Clyde.
Yeah. Hey, Clyde, welcome.
Hello, Clyde.
Yeah, moderation is key, but the reason it's key is because it's really, really hard to maintain. It's hard to stay balanced.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Especially by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think it might be a good idea to maybe invite someone else on, give them a chance if they want.
Okay, let me see if
Oh, yeah.
anyone
I'm not really saying much.
Hey, anyone in the chat, would you like to hop on live and talk about some things? We could just talk about anything really. I know we're here talking about mental health and disorders, but I think it can relate to just about any topic.
Yeah, if you're anytime you're talking about the human brain or mental health, you're talking about the person
Ted.
experience to the world around you. Hey, Ted. So if you're talking about your perspective on the world around you, then that's literally you can talk about anything.
Yep.
It all ties back.
Yeah, just give us a shout out in the chat there if you'd like to hop on. We can do that for you. Don't be shy.
Anyone wants to tag out with Neuro, I Neuro, you're more than welcome to stay and chat with us.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. I'm just not really like saying much now, and I thought maybe if somebody else wanted an opportunity to like actually speak with their
You're naked.
Stop naked. Oh wow!
That makes it all the better. Come on.
I love that for you. I love that for you. Oh my god!
Sport, what about you? I know you like to go live once in a while. Do you want to come on?
No, it's okay, Miss Hughes. Last live, I'm pretty sure I had a dingling booger.
Oh my god!
I like felt some tickling at the bottom of my nose, and I went like this, and I was like, "Oh man, I just did a whole live with the booger hanging from my nose."
Ted Patel. Oh my god, yeah, that's the worst kind. Ted Patel, hi, happy new year. I don't think my little Android phone can join. Oh, I too have an Android phone. I too have a little Android. Yeah, that should actually work better than PC.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all on our phones, I think.
I'm on my laptop.
Yeah, I kind of just I kind of have like a little mission control system that I can plug my phone into a larger system, whatever. I don't know. I'm techie like that, but no one else to do that.
I haven't figured out how to do a live from my laptop, like hosting a live, but
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still setting mine up because I want to do more fun stuff like this. But yes, all right. So did Substack update it? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can,
yes,
Courtney.
Substack, you can update. You can join from laptop, but not very well. Not very well. So yeah, it's a lot more.
Yeah, it's still in beta. It has a lot of issues, but it's
Ted,
easier than it's easier than using those third-party platforms. But hey, Lefty,
Hey, welcome. Yeah, but we're
It
all
wanted
just
me to
kind of just
record
going
but
around
not
the
go live on my laptop, and I'm like, well, this is ridiculous. So I decided to try out my iPad today. My iPad, 6 years old,
Yeah.
almost 7 years old. So it doesn't stay alive very long. And I forgot
Oh my
about that.
God, it's on its like last breath. It's like
Yeah.
Court, Lefty, Ted, I know you maybe sometime then we will get you back. This is every week, so hopefully you guys keep
yep,
coming back.
every week, usually on Wednesdays, but Wednesday is a holiday, so we're doing it on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, something to bring it back, another follow up from this is another spin-off from like the January blues and being human during the holidays. It's something a lot of people have been talking about not a lot of people talk about. What was it again? Shoot, lost it. Damn it.
I do that all the time. Don't feel
Yeah.
bad.
I had that issue last week, I think, in our live. I was trying to think of the store name that's no longer with us. I was like, can't remember it.
Oh my god.
If I interrupt you, my timing is terrible. But you know what? I also interrupt myself. So
Yeah, you're all
Yeah.
good.
You're all good. You're all good. Something about something related to holidays and mental health. Oh, I got it. We need more spaces and organizations for just people to come together on the holidays, not solely with bars, but also for other extracurriculars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
There is a few community centers, mostly for like queer individuals, of course, but we need to expand the crap out of that so that people can come
absolutely.
in and make it less like corporate Christmas party like, because
Yeah,
nobody likes those things.
right. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. This is your mom would say it must have been a lie. I contest that heavily. All right. Okay, so this goes into like neuroscience. Okay, this is fun. So something the way the human memory works is that when you have a new piece of information, it goes in the prefrontal cortex first, and then when you go to it gets processed, analyzed, and whatnot, and then when you go to sleep during REM sleep, those memory get shot back to the hippocampus in the center of your brain for long term storage. Now, this actually is demonstrated pretty well. I don't know if anybody's seen Inside Out, but that mechanic they use for all the poor memories at headquarters that they send it over to the hippocampus for long term storage. That is actually a pretty accurate portrayal. It's the animators at Pixar did their homework with that. I love it if I stayed true to the source material on that front because that's kind of a little bit how it works. Now, when of course when you wake up the next day and you want to remember what you learned the day before, it can be coded a little bit differently because different people have different long term memory structures. It's kind of like a postal system. So some people have like a FedEx memory, which is good for names, dates, title, or language based information. Their language development are pretty strong. So, yeah, that's why yeah, that's why you remember things at 4 in the morning because
Yeah,
it comes back in, like, inconvenient times if you don't know how to if you don't know how to, like, hone this and really strong or you don't know what kind of memory that you have. So some people like have that names, dates, titles, FedEx memory, and there's other people who have like a UPS memory, which is good for sensory information, geographical information. These are the
mhm,
kind of people that will wake up at like 2 in the morning and walk to the bathroom in the dark, not know where the hell they're going, but also know where they're going because they can just feel it. These are the
right,
muscle memory people. These are like they can kind of just they feel something, they don't have to look at it, but they can just do it anyway. They're also really good with directions for that reason.
right,
Then you also have the USPS memory people, bless their hearts. And you also have a mix of the combination of the both. So you have like the Amazon memory, which is a combination of FedEx, UPS, as well as general information, as well as just general association. But also you have the individuals with the prime aspects of the Amazon memory,
mhm,
like myself, who kind of have that memory who have that memory retrieval on rapid fire. It
yeah,
just be pulled up whenever, and it really just knows what association, like what keyword you're typing into the browser to pull
mhm,
that memory, and that
yeah,
retrieval to be able to have that memory come back to your long term, back to your prefrontal cortex.
mhm,
That is the time that like, oh, what was it, and then the moment it hits you afterwards, that's the amount of time it takes for that memory to come back into the frontal cortex.
yeah, and yeah, I'm always amazed at how much knowledge you have, Tig, and retain, just through life experiences and whatnot. It's pretty impressive. I have to
Thank
say.
you. Oh, thank you. The two things that kept me sane through my years of isolation, it was Google and it was I had Google and I had YouTube.
Mhm.
And so I,
Yeah.
I really just researched the crap out of everything. And yes, there is a proper way to do research online. It is a long lost skill that died with the 90s. But
Yeah, I used to be called the walking encyclopedia when I was in college because I had a wealth of knowledge of a lot of different things, and
human search engine.
yeah, but I've lost a lot of that, and I don't know if it's a combination of alcoholism or depression, or it's hard to say what, but I just don't, I can't remember all the things I used to know.
Yeah, but it also like depends. It's also like a kind of like a muscle, if you will. Like the
Yeah.
reason I'm able to like keep up that strength as well as like get stronger as I
I
grow
used to
older is
do
because
like
constantly working it.
crossword
It's
puzzles, and I try to exercise my brain doing those little things,
yeah.
but
There's more than one way to do it, and of course, there's
yeah.
also the healing process that goes into it too.
Yeah.
I used to have this. Well, honestly, this sounds crazy, but I used to have not perfect pitch, but not reactive. What was it called? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I used to be able to pick up a guitar and not, I can't read music for the life of me. I
Mhm.
cannot read it. It looks like cuneiform. It's madness to me. Yet I could pick up a guitar and piece together the notes and jam with friends who are professional musicians themselves.
Mhm.
It's like, how did you do that? I don't know. I just listen and I do it.
Yeah,
And it's
perfect pitch, like a perfect pitch ear, or
yeah, I mean, it's kinda like perfect pitch, only perfect pitch needs, like you need to be able to understand music notation to do it. It's
sure.
something else. It's, something it starts with an R. It's not reflective, not reactive. It's, something else involving pitch. But it's being able to have that without having the notation to attach that to.
Right.
But ultimately, something I've learned, in my healing journey is that a lot of the skills that I developed when I was younger, were tied to traumatic experiences as coping mechanisms. And now that I'm in a safe place for the first time in my life, I have my autonomy, I have my humanity, I have my personhood now. Those it's kind of like pruning a tree, if you will. You have those branches, you have the traumatic memories, you have the coping mechanism attached to those memories, and as you're going through the healing process, as you're working in therapy, and as you're healing from past mistakes and past behaviors, you're pruning those branches. And if you're pruning the trauma branches, the skills that you use as coping mechanisms go along with them, even if you didn't realize.
Yeah.
So those skills get pruned along with the trauma. It's part of the healing process, and it's been really frustrating for me
I think that
because I've
explains
had to
why I forgot
relearn.
how to write.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Like,
I forgot how
after
to write
grad
essays.
school, for frick's sake.
I forgot how to write an email. I forgot how to write essays. I forgot how to play guitar. I forgot how to do so much.
Yeah.
And that's honestly why I found Substack. I should have done this months ago, and I was beating the
Yeah,
crap out of
right?
myself for not doing it. But it's just like a little bit at a time. It's like I keep trying to remind myself, is like, buddy, you went through something insane that most people do not survive from. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some grace and give yourself a chance to heal, not just heal, but also rehabilitate yourself properly. It's like if you learn to walk with a broken leg on
Yeah.
crutches and you
Yeah.
learn to deal with the pain, getting that break rebroken, surviving it, but also getting it set properly is going to feel different walking than it did before.
Right.
And that's a
Muscle
learning
memory.
curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a learning curve. The same goes with cognitive skills as well.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah.
why, like, nowadays, it feels different in
Yeah.
this time of year feels different because not just because of what you went through, but also because we're healing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then you go through your daily life, and there's triggers coming at you left and right, and so you have to like learn how to you know play superhero, get rid of those. Hey, Court, you want to come on? Are you free?
Oh my goodness, yeah, but it's also learning how to, like, not just, like it's not just, like, heal it's not just swatting away triggers, not just dealing with the same coping mechanism and doing the same thing we've always done.
Yeah.
It's surviving, but surviving differently. Courtney, we would love to have you on call, yes.
Yeah.
It's good timing. I started checking out. I didn't mean to. But my brain's been on all day.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no,
okay.
no.
Well, I'm glad
Day.
I'm glad you came on, Nero. Decided to come on. While you're here
again.
Yeah, I guess you're going to listen into the rest of it. So I just have something to say at the end of this about scheduling in the future. But yeah, let's get Courtney on.
All right,
Courtney, join us.
How do I leave?
I got you.
Okay. Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
Nero.
All right, Courtney, you're right there at the top of the list. All right. Our lovely Canadian. I love Court. Okay, your invite's been sent.
Invite's been sent. Yeah, like what I was saying is like it's not just learning to like not just surviving, but like surviving in a healthier way.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's definitely a learning curve. He's like, I already know how to survive. Why do I have to relearn how to survive?
Right?
Yeah. And like we didn't need this shit back when we were tough. And how is your back, third marriage, and hemorrhoids doing, Carl? None of those things are good.
There she is.
Hi, Courtney. Welcome.
Thank you.
I haven't seen you in a minute.
I know. It has been a minute.
Yeah. So
Has it been
first time meeting you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. This is
lovely to
Tig.
meet you. Hi, Tig.
Yeah, I don't know how long you were listening in. We were talking about
I had to step away. My cat demanded food.
Yeah, well, they can be that way.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a peasant, Muffet. What have you done?
Yeah, no, we were just talking about like, in our lives tend to, to hop around a lot, but we were talking about like, how we deal with the limbo time between Christmas and New Year's, when you're dealing with a mental health issue and, there's not necessarily family or friends to hang out with. And I don't know if you can relate to any of that. If not, we can talk about anything.
Yeah, no, I can definitely relate to that. I actually have always, and this won't be unique to me, I've always struggled with that limbo kind of period.
Yeah.
Between the holidays, specifically because it feels like that, like you're just waiting for something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah.
Waiting for, anything. It's like, okay, now I guess the year is over, but not really.
Yeah.
Not over. It's quiet. Too quiet.
It's just another day. But
right.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just another day, even though it's not. It's like both another day. But if you admit that out loud, people judge you. It's like,
right. Yeah. Humans are funny about their dates and anniversaries and stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, humans are funny about it, but it's honestly, this reminds me of something a bit heavier. For me, like the Christmas season has not felt the same since I was 12 years old, and I think that's the moment that my magic kind of just fell through. Like I stopped, like I rejected, like I was like fully rejected the need for fairies, for lack of a better word, and it was because the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day was the first time my parents used hospitalization as a form of punishment.
Yeah. Oof.
That was the first time. I was 12 years old, and I was released from the hospital from the ward on Christmas Day that morning.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So they didn't bother the eve before, but there was a paperwork issue that they postponed it until Christmas Day so people can get back into the office.
Yeah, I could see where that
I was 12. I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like, I missed Christmas because growing up, like, it was like, even before the age of 12, Christmas is a big deal. I remember having a pretty happy childhood. Like, I was kind of like staying in suburbia. My parents were, though, being immigrants themselves, they assimilated, and they assimilated hard. Like, my mom was a one-woman PTA for as long as I can remember. It was, they went all out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was something, it was magical for me. And I remember having those, and then that one Christmas, it kind of destroyed everything. And it's like, oh, and then I got back. It's like, we held Christmas for you. Like, what do you mean you held that? That's not how this works. It's like, it's just a day. Don't worry about it. Damn. For a 12-year-old, that's earth shattering.
To you, sir.
let alone something that is, let alone being on a medication that was supposed to just knock someone out during the day, like having to forcibly run on adrenaline in order to walk and open your eyes on a daily basis. Like, I didn't know it at the
Right.
time, but it got to the point of being over medicated, like severely over medicated. But I should have died from kidney failure or heart failure, both from the stress of making myself function to a certain extent,
Sure.
but also like to open my eyes and move. That was a medical miracle, according to my doctors now. It's like, how are you not dead?
Right.
But also, it's like for a 12-year-old, and then coming back to that, it's like this is something's not right here. I don't know why. I'm confused. And it's not the same. It's clearly not the same. You're telling me it's the same, but it's not. And then it just escalated from there. For my entire adolescence,
Yeah.
it was never the same. I honestly don't remember Christmases from 2013 to 2019. I just don't. And I think it's like purposely because my brain blocked it out from that moment on. But something like when you say it's like just a day, it's like, oh, are you a Grinch? Like, what happened to you that ruined Christmas for you? Like they make movies about it. That's a whole subject. Like every Christmas special unimaginable. It's like, who ruined Christmas for you? Like, what the hell? It's like, why are you like this? And it's like, who did this to you? Who are you? But also it's like so you're kind of stuck between like, okay, yeah, I have to keep the spirit alive, but also it's like, this hurts now. What do you do?
Yeah.
And now that like I've emancipated myself, I'm 25 now. I'm free. I'm no longer in the situation, and I no longer have contact with anyone. Like even though they're no longer a threat to my safety anymore, I'm safe. I'm free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm human, most importantly. But
Right.
also it comes to context. Like I had my Christmas Eve this year. I got my seafood boil. I watched my friends' live streams on Twitch and everything else. And honestly, I have not had a happier Christmas in a very long time.
Yeah.
I had on
Amazing.
like it was a close second to the Christmas I felt in the shelter, the year before. It was mainly because it was a cold blue. It was freezing cold out, so they let everybody stay in.
Hmm.
And on top of that, the faculty, the director of the shelter I was crashing at, she kind of adopted me, so I'm still kind of her adopted grandkid at this point, along with the rest of the faculty there. I got lucky with that one.
Yeah.
Because I just go into the next town over, and I have a whole damn family there waiting for me. I'm invited to the cookout now.
That's
It's
awesome.
crazy. I learned to do
Yeah.
my
Last
hair
year.
like an actual like a brown person for the first time, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also like, but also seeing that it's like you were homeless, you were hard, you were cold, you kind of had like shitty food. It's like, but no, for the first time in my life, the Christmases in homelessness, the Christmases I have spent in this crappy apartment, this crappy building,
Mhm.
was so much more worthwhile and brought me so much more joy than anything
Yeah.
I had in that 4-story prison cell.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And
all
like we were,
relative, right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
nobody
Yeah.
can define that for you, what makes it special or what gives you joy, right? You
Exactly.
have to find that for
yeah,
yourself.
yeah, and it's not quite like, "Oh, it's just another day, it doesn't matter," but and it's not quite, "Oh, the magic of Christmas has to be this specific way." It's a middle ground, or actually like a third option entirely. I have all this Christmas magic from the people that I found and people that I love that love me, and I love them to pieces for who I am and for who they
Yes.
are. But also it comes down to, like, I have it and it's unorthodox. It's not just another
With
day. It's not a
that,
who ruined Christmas for you. I
Yeah.
have my Christmas,
no,
but
you
it's
redefined
not the
Christmas,
same as
what Christmas
Yeah.
means for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I just not redefined it. I took it back. And I took it back, and I took it back.
It's mine.
I mean, the whole
Hell yeah.
yeah, I took it back for myself, and I've never been happier. It's like kind of the same way the Catholic Church took back a lot of the Yuletide holidays. It's like we don't like you guys are doing pagan celebrations, burning logs and running naked in the woods. So hey, my God was probably born today. This party's about Jesus, okay? Can we still burn logs and run around the forest naked? Fine. Just can we just celebrate the God instead? Worship me. And that was a compromise they made, but the church made with Christian celebrations up until like the late 1900s. Honestly,
Yeah.
Like Christmas in Europe was way different than what we had here in the States, and we didn't primarily because we didn't have Christmas in the States until immigrants came over
Yeah. Well,
from Europe in the 1800s.
how do you guys celebrate? Is it about the same as the U.S. court and up in Canada for
Oh, yeah.
Christmas?
Oh, yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, just family get together, wrap
Colder.
presents, colder.
Like it's the same but colder. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like there will be no running naked in the woods for me.
Right.
Snow and
You're just carrying the Yule log while you're running in the woods on fire.
The Yule log on fire. Or you could be the Yule log and set yourself on fire and then go run around.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Well, we've been on for just over an hour. I know we tend to go a little bit longer, but I can smell my dinner is ready and I'm really hungry.
What are you having?
I know. I am so sorry. I took up the
barbecue.
entire stream.
No, you're good. No, you're good, Tig. I enjoy listening to you. Yeah. So barbecue chicken quarters. Yeah, and probably some
that
sort of
sounds good.
veggie or whatever. I can smell it. It smells so good. But anyway, so
I may smell it from here.
yeah, right. I may be everyone in the chat. I may be getting a part-time job here real soon, and that would affect our weekday lives. So I'm not certain if I have it yet, but if we do, we'll be going on live on Sunday evenings now instead. So
cool.
Sunday evenings, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, and I may just go ahead and change it just so we're not during the week. I know there's a lot of people like busy and whatnot during the week. So, all right. Well, hey, everyone, have a very happy new year. Let's get this fucking year out and behind us and
to our survival.
Move on to 2026. Salud.
To our survival. Bring on 2026. I am ready for the harshest, most intense, most re-traumatizing year ever.
Yep.
Bring it on.
It's gonna be way worse than 2025.
Yep. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Court, for joining us. You're welcome anytime.
Thanks for the invite. Tig, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you too. Oh my God, you're a lovely human.
You too. And I love that you took Christmas back for yourself. Thank you.
Yes. That's rocking.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye.